respond to you in writing within 7 to 10 business days. Let me also share that you may be coming to speak to an item that is listed on our agenda. That is not us per se responding to your comments, but this is already a part of our planned agenda for tonight's meeting. Okay. First on tonight, we have with us Marquita York. And I hope I said that right.
Hi, my name is Marquita York. I'm actually Jaden Jefferson's mom. She's a student at Creighton Middle School. She's actually deaf. She has a severe profound hearing loss. So my concerns mostly was I actually reached out to the school district at some point in regards to interpreters. I noticed at Creighton Elementary there was only one interpreter. Jaden actually plays volleyball. She played volleyball for the school. They won a championship, by the way. And of course, too, she had to go to practice. They had tournaments on the weekends, and she needed an interpreter. At any point, at any practice, any game, every time that I was there, which was everyone, there was just one interpreter. So my concerns was, is there any other interpreters? As with, like, if there's substitute teachers, is there a substitute interpreter? So when one's not there, it's someone else going to be there for Jaden and the other students at that school, as well as, AC Flora and Brennan Elementary, because they attend, deaf kids attend those schools too. So at any point, I just hope that y'all look into the situation to make sure that at all times the kids that need interpreters or any other assistance that they have them at any time, because who knows, someone else's kid might want to play basketball or, she's on a basketball team right now. So when the interpreter's not there, there's no one there to interpret for her. So I was just asking if y'all look into that. Of course. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Again, on tonight, the board will not comment, but we will respond to you in writing, Ms. York. Thank you so much. Next, we have Mr. Richard Moore.
Madam Chair, Dr. Witherspoon, members of the board, members of the administration, and ladies and gentlemen in attendance in person or online. Good evening. My name is Richard Moore, a retired Richland One educator, grandparent, volunteer, and recent school board candidate. And let me begin by saying I am truly saddened by the fact that I feel the need to come and address the board tonight. During my campaign, I stated a number of times that I was concerned about issues in District 1. Tonight, I find myself in need of much stronger words. I am distressed that the district has been placed on fiscal watch by the State Department of Education. I am distressed about the fact that there were board members that were not immediately notified when the latest findings were issued on October 27th, especially given the fact that this action was a follow-up to a warning the district received in April. The appropriate practice would be for the superintendent to notify at least the board chair of such a determination, and yet no one made sure that other board members were notified. I am distressed that the district response to the audit states, and I quote, "None of the findings were significant enough or rose to material impact." Official warnings are not issued over insignificant issues, and even if the district does not see it as significant, the oversight agency does. Even one finding of concern is significant and more than we should tolerate. I am distressed that the actions the district response states will be taken amount to reminding employees of policies and procedures, employees that should never have to be reminded of such given the level of responsibility with which they are entrusted. I am distressed that even while responding to calls for an audit on the part of some board members and the superintendent and board chair repeatedly stating an audit was a good idea, the administration seems to have ignored the recommendations of its own auditor's findings. These are not examples of the board and administration working together for the benefit of students. They are not examples of the good communications and transparency needed to build community trust. And these are not examples of raising staff morale. In fact, I am horrified that we expect staff members to be our best recruiting advocates when they are guaranteed to be met with those who will not want to come to work in a district where financial impropriety seems, at the very least, considered of no significance by the superintendent and some members of the board. This is an abandonment of the responsibility and trust placed in you by those you represent. Thank you for your time and hopefully your attention.
Again, thank you, Mr. Moore. And again, the board will respond to you in writing within 7 to 10 business days. Next, we have Mr. George Crouch.
Good evening. I'm George Crouch. The recent action by South Carolina Department of Education to place Richland School District 1 on fiscal watch speaks loudly. The focus of attention, the P-card usage. That action alone is an embarrassment to the parents, the students, the teachers, and the community that support Richland School District 1. The P-card misuse, not exactly rampant, but it's worrisome. And this is not the first time the mishandling of purchases and the purchasing process has received criticism and scrutiny from the state. I don't want to think that the board has been unaware of this behavior, but I see little to convince me otherwise. I'm asking the board to oversee the P-card purchases and related processes. A firmer stance on misuse, whether intentional or not, needs to have consequences. Please remove this embarrassing cloud from our school district, the great community that gives so much to this next generation deserves it. Thank you. And there's no need for a response. I'll just take actions over words any day. But I also would be amiss if I did not wish each of you, everyone in the room and everyone watching, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Thank you.
Again, Mr. Crouch, board will not respond on tonight, but we will respond to you. We will respond to you in 7 to 10 business days. Happy holidays. Next, we have Caroline Ellsworth.
I have to lower this. Hello. I want to thank the board for your willingness to serve on the Richland School Board. It is a commitment to be good stewards for our taxpayers. However, I'm a little disappointed to learn that there has been mismanagement of the finances allotted to Richland School District 1. We expect you to make good policy and good financial decisions and spend wisely. A large percent of taxes go to the school districts, and we expect an audit trail, an accounting, and transparency of these taxes. Please see that this money comes from. Please realize that this money comes from hardworking citizens who are willing to finance the schools. This money is not to be spent cavalierly. And thank you.
Again, Ms. Ellsworth, we will not respond on tonight, but we will respond to you in 7 to 10 business days. Next, we have Mr. Coley Brown.
Good evening. I'm here not to talk about P-cards, but in case you don't know what those are and you're looking confused about it, those are credit cards that are issued to lots of people that work for the district that help their daily stuff go through. I mean, it's wise. We have company credit cards where I work, but what they're discussing is fraud within the P-card program. People charging Amazon charges, Chick-fil-A charges, which takes away money from, it's stealing pretty much, but it also takes away money from the district and from the kids. But like I said, that's not what I'm here to talk about. I'm here to talk about me a little and you a lot. I own a business right in the middle of Richland 1. Richland County is the biggest county that we serve. I have 30 employees, and we've been there for 15, 16 years, right off of Garner's Ferry Road. Of those 30 employees, 29 of the employees that I have are from Lexington County or from Kershaw County. I have one employee from Richland County. and one graduate from Lower Richland High School. I did an audit last week when I knew that I was coming. And the reason that this is because you come in and apply for a job, you get interviewed, and these jobs are good jobs. They're not high-skill jobs, but they pay between $20 and $30 an hour. We have benefits, but the Richland County applicants that I have, they cannot read, they cannot do basic math, and they cannot talk on the phone. And I challenge the board because they hold up that 80% of their students graduate, and that may be the case, but I find it unbelievable that I can't believe that more than 50% of them can read at an 8th grade level. And it's very disappointing because I want to do it. I give scholarships. I contribute to 529 plans. But you guys are the captains of a sinking ship, and it's so disappointing. And in this day of celebration for all these young children and these bright minds, I hate to be this person, but I mean, life is a big life, and I wish you all the glory, and you are being shortchanged by your board. Like I said, they are the captains, and if they've been sitting on this board for 20 years, I would love for you to resign because you can't be voted out of office, and it's so disappointing the way you lead our district. From fiscal things just to graduation and teaching, you worry about the smallest things like when to talk about people, talk about sex ed and stuff like that when you have people that can't add and subtract. And I just hope you do a better job. Y'all have a great evening and a Merry Christmas.
Again, Mr. Brown, the board will not respond on tonight, but we will respond to you in 7 to 10 business days, and happy holidays to you as well. Next, we have Michael Black.
Good evening, members of the board. My name is Michael Black, and I'm speaking on behalf of my daughter, my Angel Black. A few months ago, she was involved in an altercation at LR's homecoming, which she is very remorseful for, but I feel like the punishment has been extreme. She's been at Olympia for going on 2 months now, and she's not receiving the proper education that she will receive in regular school. She's also a track member, varsity track member at C.A. Johnson. And I feel as if the punishment is slowing down her process to become a college student. And I think that she should promptly get an overturn so she can get back to regular school and get back on track as far as her education and her sports career. She has a supporting team along with myself, her mother, her grandmother, Miss McKelvey, and a number of other teachers at C.A. Johnson, Perry, and Watkins Nance. We have been a part of this cluster for going on 10 years, and I just ask that the board shows mercy upon my child so she can get back to her career path. Thank you.
Again, Mr. Black,